Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Today, I'm going to commit a crime against Hearthstone. Today, I'm going to give you guys the reveal of the Shudderwock deck. It's a shaman deck, it's the battle cry monster. You guys have seen it, I've covered it many times now. It has been known as a deck that's very frustrating to play against because the turns are really long, but it also kind of sucks. Shaman was the least played class, and Shaman had the lowest win rate across all classes right now. So Shaman is actually in a really bad spot. Some people had success with this deck in the first few hours of the expansion, but since then, a lot of people are playing aggro, and a lot of people are playing spiteful decks, which is kind of like heavy tempo, and the rest are playing Q-block. And all of those decks do remarkably well against what is the typical Shudderwock Shaman. Now, I took it upon myself to try to make a different version of this deck because I think there was some missing potential that was somewhat unexplored that, well, it beats Q-block. Let's just put it that way. This is the deck list. The most notable thing about this deck is that it is much less of a combo deck, even though it has an insane combo. But all the cards in the deck are good, fairly good at least, tempo cards. It is a tempo Shudderwock deck. And it does this through some very cool mechanics that I haven't seen any other deck use. Now, it's Hearthstone. I'm sure someone else thought of this before I did, posted it somewhere that I didn't see. But this is what I came up with on my own, and there's some really cool mechanics at play here. So you guys know Shudderwock copies the battle cry of everything, and with a Murmuring Elemental, the doubling the battle cry, you get everything twice. Now, the order can be bad. It can be against you. So if you have two effects, one that does damage to a minion and one that heals a minion, this will be relevant. In the first sequence, you might have the healing first and then the damage second. And in the second sequence, you might have the damage first and the healing second. So it's actually really important that because of the sequencing of things, that you can cover the basis at each interval. Now, it won't ever be worse than that if you have one of each instance. But again, this will make sense in a second. The main thing that I really hated about the existing Shudderwock decks is the Life Drinker. Now, Life Drinker is a very good card for this combo deck, but it is very much a combo card. In a deck where you win anyway if you combo off, the damage you deal to your opponent doesn't matter. So this card is, for all intensive purposes, it is a 4-mana, 3/3, heal your hero for 3. So basically, it's terrible. This is a terrible card, but it's okay if you really, really want direct damage, and it's pretty good when comboed. It's actually really good when comboed with Shudderwock. It's like the best to combo with Shudderwock. But there are some other things that you can do. So these are the main changes that I made to the Shudderwock deck. The first is I removed the Drinker, and I replicated its effects through two other cards. The first card is Fungal Enchanter, so instead of healing for 3, you heal all your characters for 2. It's a 3-mana 3/3, which is considerably better for tempo, and it heals your other minions, which is considerably better for tempo. So this is actually a pretty good tempo card, but when you're playing Shudderwock, the heal for 2 to face is about as good as heal for 3, because you typically full heal when you push the combo anyway. So healing for 2 or 3 doesn't matter later on. It just matters a little bit in the early game, but healing your other minions for 2 is actually going to be really relevant. Keep that in mind. It heals your other minions for 2 as well. Instead of dealing 3 damage to my opponent with the Life Drinker, I substituted that damage through Kobold Apprentice. Now, Kobold Apprentice might not do 3 damage to your opponent because he might have minions in the way, but that's honestly pretty good. Usually with Shudderwock, you combo it on turn 9 or 10, and you start the combo. You rarely do very much on that turn. It's like, hey, I'm just going to do some stuff this turn, and next turn you're absolutely positively dead. So, Kobold Apprentice actually is better than deal 3 damage to your opponent because it helps clear the board, so you're much less likely to die when the turn that you win comes up. So that's pretty important, and that's kind of how I substituted Life Drinker. You heal for 2, and you deal some Arcane Missiles. It's kind of deal damage, heal, deal damage, heal. The same as Life Drinker, except both these cards, Kobold Apprentice specifically, are very good tempo cards that are very good against aggressive decks because aggressive decks play a lot of low health small minions. The other card that I used, this is to substitute Healing Rain, which heals for 12. Tidal Surge. Tidal Surge is not a great card, but it heals, and you typically need a little bit more healing than what's generally offered in most Shaman decks, and it deals 4 damage, which is a good tempo effect. It's a deal damage and heal combo, and more importantly than that, the main reason why you can get away with less healing in a tempo version of Shudderwock is because you have a lot more board presence. The best way to heal yourself is to not take damage in the first place, and the way you do that is by playing efficient minions on curve, and this deck does that way better than the previous versions of Shudderwock. The last component that has actually been included in some Shudderwock lists, but only as a one-of, is Primordial Drake. The reason other lists have not included 2 Primordial Drakes is because of 2 Primordial Drakes, the sequencing that I mentioned earlier can get your Shudderwock killed. So before it copies, if you play 2 Primordial Drake, you can do the duplication effect, and then primordial effect if you played 2, and then on the next cycle you can do primordial and then primordial before it gets copied or returned. So 2 primordials and no healing is potentially going to sabotage your combo, but we are playing healing. We were playing the Fungal Enchanter, which heals all your characters for 2. So if you play 1 Fungal Enchanter and 1 Primordial Drake, it's actually going to negate the effect. So actually, you can play 2 Primordial Drakes, which means you don't have to play Lightning Storm, which is, again, a bad tempo card. So this is a heavily tempo-modified, just as efficient Shudderwock deck. And what I want to highlight in the games today is one of the most spectacular things that I've managed to see in a deck, and really, I think, proves my ideology behind playing decks. You know, when you first start playing a deck, it might be terrible, especially if you're trying to make your own deck. It will be terrible. You're going to have to modify it a little bit, maybe add in a card, take out a card. You're going to get better at playing it. If you're playing a deck you just came up with, the first time you play it, you are not going to be good at that deck. You are essentially creating the strategy as you're playing it, so your initial results are obviously going to be pretty poor. And yeah, you're just going to get used to just playing it in general. You're just going to get used to the combos, the cards, how it feels, how it plays, what you have to play against. You're going to learn your strengths, you're going to learn your weaknesses, and you're going to leverage risk based on that. When I was first playing this deck yesterday, I went 1-7. Yes, I had like a 12% win rate, or whatever that comes out to. Not even 20% win rate. At Legend, but sure. And chat was just like going crazy on me to stop playing this deck because it's horrible. Well, about a couple hours later, we ended the deck, I think it was at 12-8. So I won 11 games and lost 1 immediately after that. This deck, when played correctly, is actually possibly meta-breaking, but it is a pretty difficult deck to play. And it certainly has its counters out there. I just don't know how successful those counters are. I lost 1 game to Tempo Mage, and I got annihilated, and I don't know how I would normally beat Tempo Mage. But most of the other decks right now, as you'll see in the clips to come, actually get pretty wrecked by this deck. So maybe Shudderwock will end up being the criminal of the expansion after all. We'll see. I'm sorry for creating this deck, but at the same time, screw you, cube blocks. Yeah. Enjoy the clips, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Probably the missiles. Probably the missiles. Oh, those are horrible. Oh, those are horrible. I just died to the board, and I missed the totem. 2 face, 2 to the 6 drop. 7 minions on the board, guys. Fuck! Like every single game. My hero power? This could get me a taunt. Change my deck? No, I'm fine. Guys, I'm at legend rank. I could just remove the win record there, make a YouTube video out of all my wins, and pretend I'm playing hipster decks at legend and winning.
No, I can't keep any of that. It's Spiteful. Guys, I have a pretty good idea about how they can nerf Spiteful. Here it is.
None will survive.
It spawned a random minion with half of the cost of the highest costing rush minion in your deck. There we go. Peace out. Get the fuck out of here. And we're done. Okay.
Mind if I roll knee?
Why no Healing Rain? Well, I have more early game minions in this deck that aren't as inefficient, so the idea is contesting the board with minions saves me a lot of health. Oh, that's good.
Halt! Who goes there?
I've seen the 5-4 rush a lot. Yeah, I think it's mostly because these guys can't afford to play spells, so they just need cards that do something. Oh, that's beautiful. See, I just contest the board with minions. It's working beautifully in this game. Dude, if we win this game, I might jinx it with this. If we win this game, we will go from 1-7 to 8-8. We will go from 1-7 to 7-1. That's bonkers. Bonkers, boys. Let's get this out of the way.
I'm weak once more.
The 2 concedes. Well, we can call those time savers. I think that's a more appropriate term. I actually need the fungal enchanter. The Kobold Apprentice doesn't matter, I can just infinitely heal, but the enchanter I do need. I guess I can permanently freeze him and clear the board, so I can only die to Leroy Coldblood, Shadowstep, Leroy. Oh, he's playing odd. There's no Leroy or Shadowstep. Whoop! Guess he's fucked. Okay. Let's get one of those murmuring. Let's make it cost 1. Let's get that thing on the board. Let's just control the board now. Yeah, we did it, boys. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? At Legend rank with Shudderwock, we went from 1-7, and then we went 7-1 to break even. That's unbelievable. I think Farsight is too weak in the early game, so I shouldn't keep it.
None will survive.
It's a different player.
We hunger for vengeance.
Oh, that's no good. Maybe you'll have to hex that. You don't want to do that, but I guess it doesn't matter. It's not so much up to me. Alright, let's do this here. If he It uses an answer on these and goes face. I'll try to hex it. If he gets a value trade, I'm gonna do double Kobold Apprentice.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Wow, that's so aggressive. Okay. Got him. So that's a little better than Life Drinker. Alright, that's the idea there. It's a little better. Okay. I'll draw some heals. I need to draw more than I need RNG Taunt Totem right now.
The light protects me. Hey, give me that!
Thank you.
Halt! Who goes there?
I think that's his biggest minion. I think that I am gonna Hex. But I don't need to, I could Primordial. Ooh, Hex looks good now. Can heal them all with the other fungal enchanter. Yep, I'm legend. I got legend a few hours ago. I tweeted about it, bro. Why are you not on my Twitter, bro? You should get notifications while you're sleeping and just ring up your phone. My notifications are worth waking up for, okay? Well, okay, that's a little debatable, but whatever. Yeah, I think we just out-zooed another odd rogue with combo shaman. Nope.
Smart moves. I concede.
Alright. In the green. That's pretty good.
Nature's blessings upon you.
Yeah.
Nature's blessings upon you.
Please stop.
Mind if I roll me?
Just went 1-0, confirmed 100% win rate. Nice. Oh wow, it's a new animation, huh?
Mind if I roll?
Yeah, I'd rather get a little bit board presence.
The scourge will devour all.
Oh, spiteful druid, boys. Good thing I got Hex, because I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna beat the random 10 drop otherwise.
Truth is found.
Oh hell.
Hey, give me that!
Free me.
I'm actually gonna go cash in some damage.
Engaging TC-130 until dislocated.
Fuck, I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah, that MC tech is really annoying. It's very hard to not play 4 minions with my deck. Please no spiteful.
The rage. It claims me.
It's okay, I guess. I would like a volcano though. I could probably survive one more turn. That's good too. That's also very good. I'm still missing the Fungal Enchanter and the Kobold Apprentice though. I'm a few turns out, but I have Board Clears, Healing, Hex. This shouldn't be too bad. Okay, it might be kind of bad. Oh! Soul crushing. Alright, well, we gotta play it anyway. The worst thing is that fungal mants are garbage.
Your magic shall not save.
That's manageable. That's a bit of a problem though. I have a play. I don't like the play. This makes my combo not go infinite half the time now, which is really bad, by the way.
Pinch of death cup. Heal of shoe.
Here we go. I feel like I want to proactively heal. Am I crazy for wanting to do that? I don't think I am.
My jaws that bite, my claws that catch. My jaws that bite, my claws that catch. My claws that catch. My jaws that bite, my claws that catch.
We did it. I think we can kill him next turn.
My claws that catch. My jaws that bite, my claws that catch. My jaws that bite, my claws that catch. My jaws that bite, my claws that catch.
I can just do like a crazy amount of damage. No fungal though? Yeah, I don't have healing, but I had to do that. I don't think I need to heal though. He used all of his burst damage, I think. So...
The circle of life is over.
39. Man, I don't think it's 39. It should be 3, and then 6, and then 4 times 6, 24. It's 33. Well, he'll be frozen. Good enough. This is gonna be a long turn, guys. Oh, it did kill him. Oh yeah, because it copies the battle cry of the battle cry. It just gets an extra one each time. Okay, it did kill him. This is gonna take a while though, guys. So that's 8 minions on the board. Oh, well that makes it better. Can we get 9? There's 9. We got 10 maybe? I'm feeling 10. Oh no, some are gonna die soon. Oh rip. I don't know what the fuck just happened. He's gonna die, but in all honesty guys, this could take like 20 minutes. It's possible. Alright, so for the record, I think this deck is actually pretty fucking insane. I think we figured out a way to make Shudderwock meta, and it was not meta before. I know like 2 streamers or some shit had like a really good win rate in the first like 2 hours of the expansion or whatever, but before I started streaming today, it was the least played deck, and it was the worst win rate deck. And actually, it wasn't the least played, it was the least played class, but like everyone played Shaman played this garbage. So when we first started with this deck, we went 1-7. We changed some things around to learn how to play it a little bit better. So we've won 11 games and lost 2 at Legend rank, with a pretty monstrous win streak, I should say. Most of our wins against aggro decks is just beating them on the board, so that's like crazy. And I think this beats Q block pretty well. Like nothing beats Q block, so I think this is like 60% against Q block, which is ridiculous. You think I should have played double 3 mana cost? I think this was more damage. I'm not sure. In any case, I don't think I'm going to play this deck anymore, because I think if I played this for like 7 hours, you guys would lose your mind. Oh, we're back up to 8 minions. So this is the last time I'm playing this deck. So, goodbye, crazy fucking Shudderwock deck, but I have a feeling people are going to start playing this, because it is, I think, an extremely good meta deck. So, get ready.
Yeah, I'll play some of this shit tomorrow. Anyway, I'm gonna still be streaming 2 hours early, so tomorrow you can watch Ryan in the middle of the day doing some video edits, doing some thumbnail action, cryptification of things. And then we'll both start streaming around 9 p.m. EDT, 3 a.m. CEST. That's 2 hours earlier than normal. We're gonna be doing that for another half week or so. That's the plan at least. We have a really busy month, so I can't do it for more than a week for this expansion. But honestly, in a week, if they don't make changes, the construct is probably gonna be pretty bad. But it's alright, let's have fun while we can. He's gonna die pretty soon, guys, pretty soon. I'm gonna start Arena probably in a few days. I was wanting to do more deck experimentations, but my plans to get Legend were slowed greatly by the fact that I was playing on the first day 70% Q block, and on the second day today, 80% Q block. Now that I'm not playing Taunt Warrior, which is only losing to Q block, I'm playing roughly, no fucking joke by the way, 15% Q block. Now that I counter Q block, I'm playing 15% Q block in the last 4 hours. So that's been great. But yeah, we got Legend now, so time to fuck around, and that's what we'll be doing. Couple more misses. Couple more. That was about a 10-minute turn, by the way. I think Spiteful Druid does actually pretty well against this deck, and Tempo Mage annihilates this deck. I have no fucking clue how I beat Tempo Mage outside of them drawing super badly. Maybe if I put in the Healing Rain, but then I'd lose to a lot of other decks, so I don't really like that very much.
Well, there we go. What's our rank now? We were at 2402. That guy wasn't worth shit. Or we just took too long again.